Good morning, and welcome to the Grain stage. And the next 15 minutes or so, I'm going to talk a little bit about Grain, what it is, why we need a blockchain, why we need a cryptocurrency, a little bit about the team, and a little bit about the token economics, because it's an investment opportunity, hopefully for you as well. So what is Grain is all about? Grain is fundamentally, we're processing work agreements on the blockchain with instant payment mechanisms. And the reason why we do it is that the economy has changed, but the work contracts that we're working with are still based on contracts that were drafted in the industrial age. Not really fit for what we're about today. And that comes along with a lot of inefficiencies and so forth that you're seeing over here. No longer people don't want jobs for life anymore. It's all about, the flexibility and, oops, I'm sorry, there you go. It's all about flexibility. People want to be flexible, not just employers, also people who work. And that is sort of the things that, that Grain is solving. So we basically have two consensus moments in our blockchain. Basically the first moment where you agree on the work that you're supposed to do, the money that you get paid, and then the second time, the moment you submit your work gets approved, payment gets done. That's fundamentally how the technology works. And this is all the savings that you get from what we provide. So the need for flexibility, and so this is all about the on-demand economy, is sort of the things that we are providing. So this is what we do. Fundamentally, the solution or the technology consists out of 5 major components. It's basically all the things that are compliance and governance related, the things that are contractually related. It's a universal component. Grain is a component that you can use in a solution that is, for instance, an HR solution, a job portal, and so forth. So we can be executed whether you live in France or in the United States. We basically are a universal transactional solution. So you get governance. We do instant payments. We do the contract, all the contractual stuff that's in it. And we ensure liquidity. So the moment you decide that you don't want to be paid in crypto, but you want to be paid in money that we're working with these days, like pounds or dollars or whatever, you can put dollars in and get dollars out. And in the meantime, we ensure the contractual duration with a hedging system that basically ensures that you get paid at the end the money that you agreed on. That's an insurance system in which we make money. That money is being refunded to the people who work in the ecosystem. So all the workers, but also the people who are employees, or are employers, I'm sorry. So that's the technology. How does it work? I explained a little bit about it. It's basically, we're working through an escrow system where basically you, as an employee, or as an employer, you put in the money that you are supposed to pay at the end when people have done their work. In the meantime, when the system lasts, we ensure the money by hedging the cryptos that are secure, that are used to be paid for at the end. And that's the way the technology works. And if everything goes well, we have a little video right now. No? No video? Guys, does it get a video to play? There we go.
How a grain transaction
How
works.
a grain transaction works.
The basis of Grain is a work agreement that's registered on the blockchain. It contains details about the work, compensation, and people involved. Other elements that are needed to comply with regulations and labor laws can easily be added to. To protect workers and employers against possible volatility of the value of grain, a liquidity insurance is introduced. This insurance mechanism guarantees that the worker receives the agreed-upon compensation in fiat, and that the employer isn't affected by fluctuations either. When the work is done and consensus is reached, the tokens are automatically transferred to the worker's wallet. This grain wallet will by default exchange the tokens to fiat currency. For each transaction, a small transaction fee is charged. 50% of it goes to the Grain Foundation to maintain the protocol, and 50% goes to the transaction partner. These transaction partners will use Grain as their back-office infrastructure to process work agreements. Finally, a major benefit of Grain is that it lets participants of the ecosystem share in its success. On the one hand, the liquidity insurance mechanism will collect a profit when the value of Grain increases. This profit will be divided amongst the participants. And secondly, with every transaction, the worker receives a percentage that goes into his or her personal harvest fund. Grain, the backbone of modern work agreements.
Now, how's that? Isn't that fantastic? So, let me reiterate. Grain is a transactional component that you can use in a solution like job portals. If you come to our booth, we can demonstrate, we can do a live demonstration of a solution that we already have the technology running at. So it's not something that is just a white paper, it's real technology. It's not out there yet, it's still a prototype, but it works. So this is a team, it's myself. We have decided to take from all the subject matter expertise that we need in a solution like Grain to pick the best guys that we can find in the market. So we have folks that come from big temporary agency companies like Randstad. We have guys from insurance companies that understand how hedging systems work in a transactional system that we have over here. We have guys that make sure that we are certified at the end, which is sort of what the plan is, what we do, and so forth. So from all sorts of areas, we have the right expertise that backs us up and makes sure that we do this. We got the best blockchain programmers that we could find. We got about 6 of them, including the architects that are out there. So pretty impressive team. And we have 2 folks, one of my old bosses, Laurent, that will help us in countries that we are not so familiar with, for instance, France or the United States. We have the right folks that help us go to market there as well. That's the plan. Let me go next. There we go. Like I said, we're already at a phase where we have a prototype ready. You can come to our booth, we'll show it to you, and you can see it. We expect to be live with the first solutions somewhere in the next 5 to 6 months, where we have a real production environment, because we have real customers that are looking at it and want to purchase this, test it with an existing group, and then acquire it and test it. And then by the end of this year, we hopefully are in full production with the first 5 or 10 customers. That's sort of what our goal is. Then a little bit about the token itself. We need to kickstart this project maybe somewhere between 3 and 10 million, right? That's sort of what we need. That's why we had a soft cap that we need for kickstarting the project. But we're not kickstarting just a technology project. We're kickstarting a new economy, new economy that is about changing the way the world works, right? If you want to do that, you need much, much more money. We did the math, and even on the mother side, we came to the conclusion that we need about 40,000 Ether to really kickstart in the next 3 years this new way of work. And that's what Grain is all about, and that's why we need the money that you're seeing over here. We are producing about 3.6 billion coins. For the ICO, we're releasing about a third of that. And here's where you see what the founding team gets and how we distribute the funds. Most of the money goes to marketing and sales, and of course to development of the product. That's sort of the biggest buckets of where we spend the money on that we're getting. And that's where it should be, and that's why we also need these the type of money that we're asking for. In short, that's what Grain is all about. That's my 15 minutes. I believe we're at the end of the presentation, and the black screen just confirms that. Thanks very much for the attention. If you have questions, please come over to me. More than happy to answer them, or come to our booth where you can see the live demonstration of the technology. Thanks very much, and have a great day.